Hi there. Do you ever stare at a task you know would make life better if you just got it done, but you just can't get yourself to start? I know that feeling. And then you call yourself lazy or unfocused. I had that particular day, but I have it regularly. And I'm sitting in my half-finished house, right? Staring at skirting boards and trim and spiraling. But the truth is, it's not laziness, is executive overload. So that's what we're going to discuss in this video. Welcome to the latest version of latest episode of Reflections of the Sacred Self. So today we're going to be talking about executive overload and somatic procrastination so that we can start to move through that. So I've bought the house I live in, I've renovated most of it, and I did loads of work before I moved in. And I've moved in, and there's still loads to do. Everything needs decorating, skirting boards needs going on. I've got cupboards to finish, and I'm not doing any of it. I've done little bits and pieces, but I just keep looking at it and thinking, I just can't be bothered. And I want it finished, right? I want a finished house, but I just can't get myself up to do it. And I do know that part of it is my nervous system is overloaded with loads of things to do, and my brain is overloaded with loads of things to do, but I've got a bit of decision fatigue as well. And that's because I've got a long list of jobs to do, and I've been trying to figure out if I do it this way, then I have to do it in this order. And if I do it that way, then I have to do it in that order. So my brain just goes, do you know, I just leave it because it's too much to think about right now. And I think the important thing to kind of share, and that one of the things that I like to share with you, because if you're having the same problem, then I want to say it's okay. It's not actually a flaw. It's what happens when everything feels overloaded. So when your brain is overloaded with options and everything's a bit exhausting, because just doing the work to get into this house was really exhausting. And I go around the house and I think I wish I'd stayed not moving in for an extra month or so and just got it all finished before I moved in, because it would be easier than trying to finish it while I'm living here. But I didn't. So here we are. And now I just have to get myself into the right frame of mind to actually finish it. Um, and so yeah, that's the problem I'm in. Um, so one of the things that I do when I get in a problem like this is I will hyper focus on something else. So recently it's been my work, and I've just been working flat out and ignoring everything else in my house. I have a habit of doing that. It's a loop that I get in. So I find a task overloaded, and I find it too difficult to focus on, and I don't know where to start. So instead of starting and doing something or doing something else related to it, so I can gradually build up to it, I do something else completely different. So I went through a phase where I was doing sewing, and I would just sit and make my son had so many clothes that I was making. I was like, I don't know, he's never going to be able to wear them all. And now it's like working, so working. And then what happens is then the backlog of all the things I know I need to do around the house starts to build up. And then shame kicks in, because then I feel I should be doing more. I should be doing this. And then I collapse in everything, because I feel like it overwhelms my brain. And then it all goes again, and we start from being this. And then I think, oh, I'll do a bit around the house. And then the whole pattern starts again. Um, and this isn't about the house or about something else. It's about my nervous system rhythm. So it's about me learning, like, this is what my nervous system does. What do I need to do about it? And how can I help myself so I'm not stuck in this constant loop? So like, if you felt like this, if you felt like, oh, I'm stuck, I can't get through this, and I can't do that, and I can't do this, and I'm just stuck looping over it in my brain, it's not like it's not actually, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's the way your system's adapted, where you have had maybe a lack of support, and you felt like you have to do everything all on your own, and so you're trying to work it all out, and you can't work it all out, and that is part of the problem. So it's learning how we can kind of get through that. So this is a somatic reframe that offers practical steps to break that loop so we can start getting through it. So the first one is to find a visible win. So instead of, say, me fixing the entire house and having to plan it all out, I can set a goal as one small visual improvement that will help. So it might be buying the trim, it might be fitting a little bit of skirting board or painting a wall, or it might even just be tidying some stuff up, right? So it looks neater. Like materials, I have a living room, dining room, and I have a big pile of skirting board and door frames that I've bought already that still need to go on because I bought them in bulk and I've done some and I haven't done it all. So just actually making that neater, I've tucked it underneath something now. So even that just made me feel a little bit better because it gave a bit more space in my room. And so doing just one visible win. And then having a 30-minute rule. So asking yourself, can I do this in under 30 minutes? And if it's yes, then do it. And if no, just shrink it down until it fits. So basically break the task down into small bits. So can I do this in under 30 minutes? If the answer is no, then how can I split this down so I can do it in under 30 minutes? Because I've got a large living room, dining room, and I'm thinking if I tried to put down as a task, decorate, that's a 4-day job. So now my brain is like, I don't know where to start. But if I say, right, one job is to take one wall and fill the 4 million holes that have been left in the wall by the previous owners. It's not quite that many, but that might be my job, just fill the holes. And that's then an easy task I can do. I don't have to think about it and I can just get through it. And then the third step is to interrupt the hyperfocus. So when I get really, really into something, I don't want to do anything else. Like I really don't want to do anything else. And I will take, so like, let's suppose I'm taking my work. I will then manufacture, and I'm very good at this, manufacture a situation where I have lots that I need to do for my job. And so I will then have a really long list. So I can't do that because I've got to do this because now I've made myself a list of got tos. So now I can justifiably hyper focus on that particular task because I've suddenly created a load of jobs that I need to do. And so then it's about me learning a rhythm. So thinking about how I can break my day up and say, well, okay, I do want to go to my allotment. I need half an hour, 40 minutes for that every day. And I would like to do a bit of yoga every day. So I need, say, half an hour for that every day. And I want to do some DIY. I mean, I've only got so many hours in a day, but I want to do some DIY. And I can set aside maybe an hour for that. And then it's breaking that down and then say, well, okay, well, I've got this much time for work. And knowing that when my son's at school, I've got, say, 6 hours. But when he's at home, I can still work when he's around me. So I can plan it out in that way so that I'm still getting my work stuff done, but I'm also factoring in the other things that I want to do. This is things I'm trying. I'm not very good at sticking to rules that I create for myself or timetables. And so this is an ongoing battle to make sure that I am sticking to those things. And whenever I feel like I'm hyper focusing, I can actually ask myself a 3-question reset. So what am I avoiding? For one, what does delaying cost me? And what would 15 minutes do? So I can start to think about whatever I'm avoiding, like what is going to happen if I keep avoiding this? And that's why I say the DIY is so hard because it's like, well, nothing bad's really going to happen. I just got to live in a messy house. But actually there is a bad thing because I want to, my whole aim with this house was to finish it as quickly as possible so that I could move on to a nicer road and a slightly nicer location because I'm living on a busy main road and I wanted to be able to finish renovating it and then sell on and buy somewhere else. But that's going to take a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. And that's okay. I'm okay with it taking longer, right? I've taken that stress off myself because the stress was too great trying to rush it through. And physically, I drained myself doing, building kitchens, building banisters, building cupboards, the whole thing. Physically, I just wiped my body out. So I know that I need to take it slowly with it. And that's okay for me to accept that it's going to take a bit longer. So then once I've done those steps, I'm kind of like got myself clear, right? I'm going to interrupt the hyperfocus. I'm going to plan my days so I can factor all the bits in that I want to actually do. Like factoring in days of the week, we have to do the admin and things like that. So you're factoring that in, planning, tracking what you're doing, all of these things, so important. And I've also done, like, allowing myself to do like a visible win, right? And breaking all my tasks down into small little pieces. And then I can do an identity anchor. So this is about who I want to be, right, as a person. Do I want to be the kind of person who just lets stuff pile up, hyper focuses somewhere and just leaves stuff and then has to deal with that stress? No, that's not the person that I want to be. So I can ask myself, would my future self, the one who feels peaceful in her finished home, would she burn herself out or just do one small thing with a cup of tea and music on, then rest, right? And this is just actually, yes, if I'm honest, I don't want to burn myself out. I don't want to be exhausted. I want to enjoy my home. And I want to enjoy it by building it gradually, slowly, and with peace around me. And every time I take a small action towards that, every time I support myself in reaffirming that that's the kind of person I am building that future self. Okay, so this is all part of that as well. So just remember, if you are doing some of these things I'm doing, so you're hyper focusing on one thing to avoid doing other things, it's not because you're lazy. It could be deleted or have decision fatigue or just have, it's just hard to face to be doing something else. And just remember that your nervous system deserves compassion and not shame. You deserve compassion and not shame. We all do these things, and it's kind of accepting that and then finding a way through. So for you to think about, what's one small visible win you could give yourself today? So I think about that. And if you've liked this video, if you've got some benefit from it, remember to like and subscribe so we can let other people know about my wonderfulness. And if you want to get more stuff from me, get closer, want to be a part of my community where we can interact and I can help support you along your journey, then come and join my free group, The Sacred Pause. It's got somatic practices and other ways to move through overwhelm gently. I'll put the link in the description, and I'd love to see you on the inside. But until then, that's the end of Reflections of the Sacred Self.